we're going to see how all of these guys, as unique and different as they are from one another, are all fitting a very similar bill. And that bill is their body is gaining ground towards the target before their leg begins to descend from the top of the leg lift. And what we're going to do with these lines here is we're going to be able to track movement and progression towards the target or down the mound while we go from one pitcher to the next. So every one of these big league videos here, the first time it plays through is normal speed. See what it looks like. All right, I'll even pull it out away from there a little bit and just watch what a full speed delivery needs to look like. All right, I'll play it one more time. Full speed. This is not sped up. This is game speed. All right, we got to be getting that ball to the target quickly. So now we're going to watch. Now that his head is back on the target, let's just note that his nose is between these lines here. And as this leg continues to come up, how we see his upper body start drifting towards the target. So that way now, as this leg lift leg is coming down and his back leg is loading his legs by bending down, he's not just having to tilt his shoulders backwards to feel strong, but he can just continue with that momentum going forward as things in the lower leg bend, as that upper body gets into a slight tilt backwards. But as we note, the shoulders and the hips, for the most part, are staying stacked above one another. There's not this huge tilt backwards trying to create power. That's not needed because we're gaining ground during the leg lift. So then when we get that into foot strike, we're in that perfect throwing position. We can take Cole down. We'll slide Devin Williams over to the side. See what a full speed delivery needs to look like in terms of speed to the plate, tempo to the plate, our time to the plate. We pull him back so we can see some of these lines on him as we now go into that slow motion, noticing that slight drift of the upper body, the whole body starting to drift to the target before that leg lift gets to the top of the leg lift. So that way now as the leg descends down, the back leg bends down to load the legs. We're not just going down in place, but we're going down and out the same way the mound is constructed. We pull Garrett Cole back up and we compare him with Devin Williams, and we are in identical positions here with both the upper bodies and lower bodies. We continue to a next guy and note we have now Craig Kimbrell, who did it for a very long time at a very high level for very deep into postseasons. So again, full speed. We're going to see as that leg is getting to the peak, there's that slight drift, that slight drift, that slight drift. We can see this entire shoulder, lat, oblique, and hip gaining ground. So that way now as leg lift leg goes down, back leg loads down, we are not just stuck going down, and feeling like we have to tilt the shoulders backwards in order to feel like we have strength and power. But we get strength and power from getting down this mound. Not only is this giving strength and power to us by getting down this mound quickly, but we are controlling the running game. Your catchers actually have a chance to throw guys out. And again, the same exact ready to throw position at foot strike as Devin Williams, as Garrett Cole. So we take those three guys down. Oops, I almost hit the wrong button there. Take those 3 guys down, and now we're over to Michael Kopech. Again, the quickness in the delivery. Before we get to the slow motion, we bring him back into the line so we can track motion. And we're going to notice before that leg gets to the peak, there's that slight drift, that slight drift forward. So now as that leg lift leg goes down and that back leg loads, we're not just having to tilt the shoulders backwards as the head dips down to feel like we're getting strength, but we have strength and momentum. Just like if you're going to throw a 300-foot throw, you're not going to do that from a leg lift. You're going to shuffle. Why? The shuffle gives us momentum. We need to find a way to get momentum on this mound and not just be leg lifting. So we see that momentum going down and out. So that way at that moment of that front foot getting in the ground, we're going to see that everything is the same exact position as Cole, as Devin, and as Craig. Kimbrel down to Devin Williams, to Cole, and then Kopech. So now we're at Kevin Gausman. And again, I'll get him out of the jail cell so we can see how quick this delivery needs to be to the plate. We do that same thing with the bars, and we can see that momentum that he is starting to gain and establish in his delivery before that leg lift leg gets to the peak. So that way his entire body is going forward as he's loading that back leg, getting him into foot strike in the same exact position as Kopech, as Cole, as Williams, as Kimbrel. And that then takes us to Zach Wheeler, and we watch the quickness in this delivery of getting the ball to the plate. And we're going to watch the same thing. There goes the nose, there goes the shoulders, there goes the hips, gaining ground towards the target. Foot gets in the ground. And here I am in that same exact position as Kimbrel, as Williams, as Cole, Kopech, and Gausman. Strong, ready to throw position with tons of energy coming from behind you to help accelerate this throw. And then for my lefty in the group, we got the same thing, being able to see momentum. These are terrible lines. Seeing that momentum going towards the target, gaining ground towards the target. So that way as the back leg loads, I'm off to the races down the mound, yes, but to my target. Front foot gets in the ground. I'm in that same loaded, ready to throw position as Gausman, Kopech, Cole, Williams, Kimbrel, and Wheeler.